Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Old Pappy back with another one, and today we're on the test server. I promised to do this video in my last video, which is to check out some of these proposed changes. So you can see there we got a couple new weapons, the Hornet and the Magnetar. We got the what everybody's talking about, this proposed nerf to the Hawk, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we start to play, and also this new robot called Demeter. And basically the idea behind it is, I think Pixonic realized so many guys and menders are so sick and tired of chasing people around trying to catch up to them to heal them, that now they've created a robot that allows you just basically to teleport right up to the guy that needs the help. And anyway, let's get started. This is really the most important thing of all the stuff on the test server, I believe, because it affects so many top-level Champion League hangers, and that is this nerf to the Hawk. And actually, if you watch carefully, first of all, let's see how sharp-eyed you are right now. What was different right there? What was it? What was different? Well, I'll tell you what it was. One of the major changes that is coming to Hawk is that it will not have its reflector shield when it either A, takes off, or B, lands. And you know, it doesn't sound like that's a big deal. You're like, Pappy, who cares? Well, land with Schmand. I'll land someplace safe. Well, actually, it's a huge deal for people who aren't used to it, because a lot of people are very aggressive when they fly their Hawks, and they will basically be shooting when they're on the way down from the ground, and then they feel like they're invulnerable because they have that like almost 2 seconds of extra protection once they hit the ground. And now when you take off, you're a sitting duck. And when you're landing, you're a sitting duck. And so you have to play way more cautiously. You can kind of see what I'm trying to do anyway here. I didn't even really get a great weapon set up on it. I have the Magnetars, and I have the 2 Hornets on. So it's not really a brawling setup that I have here. But, I'm really trying to make sure that as I do my attack, it's kind of a quick foray in, hit for just a couple seconds, and then get the hell out of dodge and get back to safety. So that's number one. That's one thing you need to know about. Number two, the other thing you need to know about with this nerf is that the actual power of the built-in weapon, has been cut in half if you aim it at regular robots. Now, if you remember, when Pixonic brought the Hawk back in, they billed it as the Titan Killer. I mean, I even did a video on it. I think that's what I called it, the new Titan Killer. And it is a Titan Killer. But one of these, and I'm not going to say unforeseen consequences, because sometimes I think that people kind of know what they're doing when they create these robots. But when Hawk was created, it also carved through regular robots just like butter. Just melted them instantly, ignored people's resistance. It was just insane. It was like a get-out-of-jail-free card for players who don't really want to have to work too hard to get a victory. And so, although a lot of people are going to be frustrated by it, certainly a lot of people who spent some money are going to be frustrated by it. I'm actually happy about this change, because I think what it actually does is it's like a reset or a redo. It's like a mulligan in golf. It's like, hey, it was a nice idea to create a Titan Killer, but we can't have robots running around the battlefield that are basically invulnerable to damage, and can kill anything with no effort whatsoever. I mean, what's the point? There's no fun, right? I mean, that's just not, to me, that's just, but for me, it's not always been about winning for me. It's more about the fun. You can tell that by my win percentage here. I've been playing since 2014. I've seen it all. I've seen every nerf, experienced every nerf in the game. So this kind of stuff doesn't faze me, and I think I'm also honest enough to say when something is a good move, it's a good move. So anyway, let's jump in here. Now, a couple more little things. This is the Demeter I was telling you about. Kind of looks like a weird mix between a vacuum cleaner and some crazy 1950s robot that might be on some black and white TV show like Lost in Space or something like that. And so what do we think about it? Well, I'm not really jazzed on the design. I mean, it's different. It's not horrible. I know some people were really making fun of it, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I mean, it's kind of funny that the game used to be called Walking War Robots, and now we're just kind of gliding around on our little vacuum cleaner guy here. But you know what? It has 3 medium weapons, so it's, you know, it's fairly strong. And at you know, at level 8, all this gear is level 8 on the test server. It's got 140,000 and change for health. It's okay. It does have you know, this glow. You can see the glow here when you teleport in to save someone. You basically go to their location, and the radius of healing actually expands. Now, one thing I should mention here, so you don't get confused, is you see that the ability button just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. Well, I think that was a glitch. I actually reported it to Pixonic because I'm pretty sure it has a timer, and it only lasts for so long. But for whatever reason, as soon as you press it once, on the game I played anyway, it ran the entire game. So this is kind of unfair. But, you know, like they say, all's fair in love, war, and war robots, right? So we're just going to kind of roll with it. But that's sort of why I don't want to give you the impression that this thing's just going to be healing nonstop the entire game. I don't think it's supposed to. Just watched a guy jump off the side of the bridge. Maybe he was scared of my demeanor. I don't know. But anyway, the other thing that you should notice, and I didn't write it down on that little at the beginning of the video, but there are way more nerfs and buffs planned for this for what may or may not hit the live server. And one of them you're seeing right here is I have equipped to this Demeter. I have 3 atomizers, and and I had them on my Scorpion before, and that's another major nerf, is that they now have made the firing rate of atomizer at least half a second slower per shot. If you get, you know, whatever the math means, it used to be 1, now it's 1.5 in terms of firing rate. I don't know, God, you know, you need a PhD in physics to figure out the math of this thing. But the bottom line is that it shoots much slower than it did before. And they did that to basically try to do a slight rebalance of what is really a super strong weapon right now. Doesn't need to reload. You know, it can overheat, but you can even get special pilots that give you extra time shooting before it overheats. So it is super duper powered. Again, I didn't notice. I noticed a difference. I didn't notice a catastrophic difference, if you get my drift. So I'm not super duper worried as of yet, even though I use a lot of these type of atomizer nucleon stuff in my hangar. So it kind of remains to be seen how bad it's going to be. But I probably won't abandon them for now. I guess I'll have to see how things play out. But anyway, I didn't really get a chance to talk about the Magnetar a little bit. I'm just going to do it really, really briefly. Thanks for sticking around to the end if you did. But basically, the Magnetar is like a pulsar. The more you shoot somebody, it starts to build up until eventually it locks down, and it's 600 meter range, and it's a light weapon. And so I could see it pairing really nicely with, oh man, let's see. Well, I mean, if someone wants to haul the Raven back out, sure, that would be great. The Ares with its built-in shield, and being able to have 2 600 meter weapons that pair well, that would be an awesome thing. I could even see, you know, if you really wanted to do just a long-distance hangar, you could put it on a Blitz or something like that. I may even put them on my red Flying Dragon and just kind of stand back 600 meters away and just piss people off. I don't know. But anyway, none of this stuff is certain, but I am starting to see more and more that on the test server, generally, if you see it on the test server, it's going to go in the live server. So I think that Hawk nerf is coming, and I, for one, will not be abandoning my Hawk anytime soon. I still think it's going to be very useful, but I think what I will be doing is I will be taking it out at the end of the game to take down Titans like it was designed to do. So anyway, if you like what you heard or you saw, hit the subscribe, the like, the share. Until next time, see you on the battlefield.